Tulsa Police Sergeant Craig Johnson was laid to rest today, a week after he was gunned down during a traffic stop. Police officers from Oklahoma, Texas, Arkansas, and Kansas, just to name a few, came out to pay tribute to the fallen officer. Our 2 Works for You, Vincent Hill, joins us with what Sergeant Johnson meant to the community.
That's right, Mike. Today's weather didn't stop many people from lining the streets to say their final goodbye to Sergeant Johnson.
Law enforcement represents everything that our community stands for.
For 15 years, Sergeant Craig Johnson stood for the community he grew up in. Sworn to protect and serve, he put his life on the line every day. Tulsa District Attorney Steve Kunzweiler says Sergeant Johnson gave the people of Tulsa hope.
If everybody wants to work, everybody wants to have a family and raise their children and do it in a safe community. You can't do that without your law enforcement.
Now people returning the favor for Sergeant Johnson and his family, honoring his selfless service. Green Country banded together and raised over $500,000. Flags flown at half-staff across the state by order of Governor Stitt, while here in Tulsa, Randy Ingram planted flags in front of his condominium community.
We got out here before it started raining and during rain.
He says he planted over 80 flags so that anyone wanting to wave one during Sergeant Johnson's processional would be able to. Randy says he didn't know Sergeant Johnson personally, but says Sergeant Johnson's death affects us all.
And I just feel so sorry for his family and his children, for what's happened to him, and then what's happened to the community of Tulsa. A
community paying respect to its fallen hero and his family.
So Officer Johnson's family deserves this showing of support along with his fellow officers. I mean, it's been a really tough week for all of us, and I think it's just really important to show our support for this family now and for the years to come.
Of course, a sad day for the city of Tulsa, but in it, the beauty of how the community came together in solidarity to support their fallen hero. In Tulsa, Vincent Hill, 2 Works for You.
Well, hundreds of people from all across Green Country showed up to show their support for Sergeant Johnson. We've heard from multiple officers and business owners that he was a great and easygoing guy who had a fierce love for the city and all of the people in it. 2 Works for You's Dane Hawkins spoke with one woman who says supporting the fallen is an American tradition that must continue to be passed on to the next generation.
Thank you for your service.
It's a phrase Carrie Dooley says can't be said enough.
Every day that they put that uniform on, they don't know if they're going to be able to come home to their family and their loved ones.
So, as car after car passes by, she'll keep saying it.
Y'all be safe. Thank you.
She was one of the many who came out to show support to the Tulsa Police Department as they laid Sergeant Craig Johnson to rest.
Knowing that another police officer senselessly lost their life just, really breaks my heart.
While showing her support, she also showed her 7-year-old granddaughter, Hannah, how to do so too.
It's very important that we continue on the legacy of respecting our officers and our servicemen.
Because that's a tradition Carrie couldn't bear to see go away.
That's what makes the world go round, is showing love and support for everyone. If we don't show our children that we need to respect that, it will stop.
So she says this support, no matter how small the person is that's giving it, is important.
Children need to understand that it's our duty to show love and support for them, to let them know that we appreciate everything that they do.
Because every officer, just like Sergeant Craig Johnson, is willing to pay the ultimate price for our community.
They are there to keep us safe and to allow us to have a better life.
Dane Hawkins, 2 Works for You.